Hello students, with this video we will start the third chapter of NCERT, that is trigonometric functions. Now let us start with the introduction to the exercise 3.1. Here we shall describe two units of measurement of an angle which are mostly used, that is a degree measure and a radian measure. Now, relationship between degree and radian. Since a circle subtends at a center an angle whose radian measure is 2 pi and its degree measure is 360 degree, it follows that 2 pi radian is equal to 360 degree, or we can say that pi radian is equal to 180 degree. Thus, we can convert our degree measure into radian measure by using the formula radian measure is equal to pi upon 180 into degree measure, and we can convert the radian measure in degree measure by using the formula degree measure is equal to 180 upon pi into radian measure. Further, 1 degree is equal to 60 minutes and 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. Now come to exercise 3.1. In first question, we have to find the radian measures corresponding to the following degree measures. Now in first part, we have to convert 25 degree in radian measure. Now 25 degree can be written as pi by 180 into 25 radian, and that will give us 5 pi by 36 radian. Thus 25 degree will be equal to 5 pi by 36 radian. Now whenever we have to convert the degree measure into radian measure, we will multiply the degree measure by pi by 180. Now in second part, we have to convert minus 47 degree 30 minutes in radian measure. Now 47 degree 30 minutes can be written as 47 plus 30 by 60 degree, as 1 degree is equal to 60 minutes, so 30 minutes will be equal to 30 by 60 degree. Now that will give us, or we can say that minus 47 degree 30 minutes will be equal to minus 95 by 2 degree. Now we have to convert this minus 95 by 2 degree in radian measure, so we will multiply it by pi by 180, and that will give us minus 19 pi by 72 radian. In second question, we have to find the degree measure corresponding to the following radian measures, and we will use pi equal to 22 by 7. Now in first part, we have to convert 11 by 16 radian in degree measure. Now in order to convert 11 by 16 radian in degree measure, we will multiply it by 180 upon pi. That means 11 by 16 radian will be equal to 11 by 16 into 180 upon pi degree. Now we can take pi as 22 by 7, and this will give us 11 by 16 radian as 11 by 16 into 180 into 7 by 22 degree, which on solving will be equal to 3465 upon 88 degree, which can be written in mixed fraction as 39 plus 33 by 88 degree. Now this will be equal to 39 degree plus, now 33 by 88 can be converted into minutes by multiplying it by 60, as 1 degree is equal to 60 minutes, and this will be equal to 39 degree plus 45 by 2 minutes. Now this will be 39 degree. Now 45 by 2 minutes can be written as 22 1 by 2 minutes. Now this will be 39 degree, 22 minutes, and 1 by 2 minute can be converted into seconds by multiplying it by 60, as 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds, and this will be equal to 39 degree, 22 minutes, and 30 seconds. Now in fourth part, we have to convert 7 pi by 16 radian in degree measure. So we will multiply 7 pi by 6 by 180 upon pi to convert it into degree measure. Now pi will cancel out with pi, and that will give us 7 into 180 upon 6 degree, which on solving will give us 200 degree, or will be equal to 200 degree. 210 degree. Now, third question, a wheel makes 360 revolutions in 1 minute. Through how many radians does it turn in 1 second? Here we have to find out the angle served by the wheel in 1 second. So first of all, we will find out the angle served by a wheel in 1 minute or in 360 revolutions, and it takes 360 revolutions in 1 minute. As angle swept by the wheel in 1 revolution will be equal to 2 pi radian, and number of revolutions taken by wheel in 1 minute is equal to 360. So angle swept by wheel in 1 minute will be equal to angle swept in 360 revolutions, and that equal to 360 into 2 pi radian, as in 1 revolution it sweeps angle of 2 pi radian. So in 360 revolution it will sweep the angle of 360 into 2 pi radian. Now we have to find out the angle swept by the wheel in 1 second. Now as 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds, so angle swept by wheel in 1 second will be equal to angle swept by the wheel in 1 minute upon 60, that is 360 into 2 pi upon 60 radian, which on solving will give us 6 into 2 pi radian, or equal to 12 pi radian. In question number 4, we have to find the degree measure of the angle subtended at the center of a circle of radius 100 centimeter by an arc of length 22 centimeter, and here we have to use pi equal to 22 by 7. Now if a circle of radius r, an arc of length L, subtend an angle theta radian at the center, we have theta is equal to L by R, or we can say L equal to R theta. Now here radius of circle is equal to 100 centimeter and length of the arc L, that is 22 centimeter. So by the formula L equal to R theta, we can say theta is equal to L upon R. Now putting the value of L and R, we are getting theta equal to 22 by 100 radian. Now we have to find the angle in degree measure. So we will multiply 22 by 100 by 180 upon pi to get it in degree measure. Now this on solving will give us 22 into 9 upon 5 into pi, and pi can be taken as 22 by 7 degree, and this will be equal to 63 by 5 degree, which can be written as 12 3 by 5 degree. Now this will be equal to 12 degree, and 3 by 5 degree can be converted into minutes by multiplying it by 60, as 1 degree is equal to 60 minutes, which will give us angle as 12 degree 36 minutes. In question number 5, in a circle of diameter 40 centimeter, the length of a chord is 20 centimeter. Find the length of minor arc of a chord. Now here, diameter of the circle is given to us as 40 centimeter. So radius of circle R will be equal to 40 upon 2, that is 20 centimeter. Here we can say that OA will be equal to OB, that equal to 20 centimeter. Length of chord AB is given to us as 20 centimeter. So from here we can say that OA is equal to OB, and that is equal to AB, which is equal to 20 centimeter. Thus we can say that OAB is an equilateral triangle, and therefore angle AOB, that is theta, here will be of 60 degree. Now we will convert theta in radian by multiplying 60 degree by pi by 180, which will be equal to pi by 3 radian. Now length of the minor arc of the circle, that is L here, will be given by the formula L equal to R theta, where theta is in radian. R, radius of the circle, was 20 centimeter, and theta, the angle of the arc, is pi by 3 radian. So L will be equal to 20 pi by 3 centimeter. In sixth question, if in two circles arcs of the same length subtend angle 60 degree and 75 degree at the center, find the ratio of their radii. Let arc of first circle be of length L1 and arc of second circle be of length L2. Now angle subtended by the arc on the first circle be theta 1, and that is equal to 60 degree given to us. Now we have to convert this degree measure into radian measure by multiplying it by pi by 180, and that will be equal to pi by 3 radian. Similarly, angle subtended by the arc of the second circle on the center is theta 2, and that is given to us as 75 degree. Now again we will have to convert the 75 degree into radian measure by multiplying it by pi by 180, which gives us theta 2 equal to 5 pi by 12. Let radius of the first circle be R1 and the radius of the second circle be R2, then L1 will be equal to R1 theta 1 and L2 will be equal to R2 theta 2, and from this we can say that R1 will be equal to L1 by theta 1 and R2 will be equal to L2 by theta 2. Now we have to find the ratio between R1 and R2. So here R1 by R2 will be equal to L1 by theta 1 whole upon L2 by theta 2. Now this will be L1 by theta 1 into theta 2 by L2. As we know that the length of arc is given to us as equal, so we can take L1 equal to L2 and that equal to L. Now on putting L in place of L1 and L2, we will get R1 by R2 as theta 2 by theta 1. Theta 2 was equal to 5 pi by 12 and theta 1 is equal to pi by 3. On putting the value of theta 1 and theta 2, we will get R1 by R2 as 5 by 4, or we can say the ratio between the radii of the two circles is equal to 5:4. In question number 7, we have to find the angle in radian through which a pendulum swings if its length is of 75 centimeter and the tip describes an arc of length. I am doing the second part of 15 centimeter. Now, as the length of the pendulum is of 75 centimeter, so it will make an arc of radius 75 centimeter. Thus, we can say that length of pendulum that we can take as the radius is equal to 75 centimeter. Now, length of arc is given to us as 15 centimeter. By the formula L equal to R theta, we can say that theta will be equal to L upon R. Here L is given, that is length of arc is 15 centimeter and the radius of the arc is 75 centimeter. So theta will be equal to 15 by 75 centimeter and that will be equal to 1 by 5 radian. In exercise 3.2, we will study about sine of trigonometric functions in different quadrants. Now, for a complete revolution, the angles from 0 degree to pi by 2 or angles between 0 degree to 90 degree will come in first quadrant. Angles between pi by 2 to pi or from 90 degree to 180 degree will be in second quadrant. The angles from pi to 3 pi by 2 radian or from 180 degree to 270 degree will be in third quadrant, and the angles from 3 pi by 2 to pi or from 270 degree to 360 degree will come in fourth quadrant. Now in first quadrant, all the trigonometric functions are positive, or the sign of all the trigonometric functions is positive. Now in the second quadrant, the sign of trigonometric function sine and the reciprocal of sine, that is cosec, is positive and other trigonometric functions are negative. In third quadrant, the sign of tan and reciprocal of tan, that is cot, will be positive and the sign of other trigonometric functions is negative. In the fourth quadrant, the sign of cos and the reciprocal of cos, that is sec, is positive and the sign of other trigonometric functions is negative. Now we can also memorize it by all school to college. Now we can use this to memorize that which one will be positive in which trigonometric function is positive in which quadrant. Now all means all the trigonometric functions will be positive in first quadrant. Schools, S means sine. Now sine and reciprocal of sine, that is cosec, are positive in the second quadrant and other trigonometric functions are negative. Now in third quadrant, we have all schools too. Now T is for tan, to tan and reciprocal of tan, that is cot, will be positive and others will be negative. Now to college, C is for cos, so cos and reciprocal of cos, that is sec, will be positive in the fourth quadrant and other trigonometric functions will be negative. Now in exercise 3.2, from question number 1 to 5, we have to find the values of other 5 trigonometric functions. Now in first question, cos x is equal to minus 1 by 2 and x lies in the third quadrant. Now in class 10th, we have studied identity that sin square x plus cos square x is equal to 1. So we can say that sin square x will be equal to 1 minus cos square x. Now value of cos x was given to us as minus 1 by 2. So cos square x will be minus 1 by 2 whole square. And this is giving us the value of sin square x as 3 by 4. Or we can say that sin x will be plus minus under root 3 by 4. The root of 4 is 2. So we can say that sin x will be equal to plus minus under root 3 by 2. Now here x lies in the third quadrant, and in third quadrant all schools to college. Now in third quadrant, tan and reciprocal tan, that is cot, is positive and other trigonometric functions are negative. So sin x will be negative in third quadrant. Therefore, the value of sin x will be equal to minus under root 3 by 2. Now as we know that tan x can be obtained by dividing sin x by cos x. Value of sin x was minus root 3 by 2 and value of cos x that was given to us was minus 1 by 2, and this will give us the value of tan x as root 3. Now cot x is reciprocal of tan x, and we have already obtained the value of tan x as root 3. So value of cot x will be 1 upon root 3. Similarly, sec x is reciprocal of cos x. Now value of cos x was given to us as minus 1 by 2. So value of sec x will be 1 upon minus 1 by 2, and that will be equal to minus 2. We know that cosec x is reciprocal of sin x. So value of cosec x will be equal to 1 upon minus root 3 by 2, and that will be equal to minus 2 by root 3. In question number 4, sec x is given to us as 13 by 5 and x lies in the fourth quadrant. Now as we know that sec x is reciprocal of cos x, so cos x will be equal to 1 upon sec x. Now value of sec x was 13 by 5, so value of cos x will be 1 upon 13 by 5, and that will be equal to 5 by 13. Again, by the identity sin square x plus cos square x equal to 1, we can find the value of sin x, and that will be equal to under root 1 minus cos square x. Now value of cos x was given to us. Here we have already obtained the value of cos x as 5 by 13. So sin x will be under root 1 minus 5 by 13 square, and that will be equal to root of 144 by 169, and that will be value of sin x will be equal to plus minus 12 by 13. Now here x lies in the fourth quadrant, and we know that sin x will be negative, or the function sin x is negative in the fourth quadrant. Therefore, the value of sin x will be minus 12 by 13. Now tan x, again tan x can be obtained by dividing sin x by cos x, and we already have obtained the value of sin x and cos x. On putting the values of sin x and cos x, we are getting the value of tan x as minus 12 by 5. Now again, cot x is reciprocal of tan x, or we can say cot x is equal to 1 by tan x. Tan x was minus 12 by 5, and so the value of cot x will be minus 5 by 12. Cosec x is reciprocal of sin x, and sin x, value of sin x was minus 12 by 13, so value of cosec x will be minus 13 by 12. From question 6 to 10, we have to find the values of trigonometric functions given to us. In sixth question, we have to find the value of sine 765. As we know, the values of trigonometric functions repeats after an interval of 2 pi radian or 360 degree. So we will find out the nearest multiple of 360, which is less than 765. Now as you know, 360 into 2 will be equal to 720 and 360 into 3 will be equal to 1080. So nearest multiple of 360 which is less than 765 is 720, or we can say 360 into 2. So 765 can be written as sine 360 into 2 plus 45. Now 720 plus 45 will give us this value of the angle, that was 765. Now as we know that the function or sine repeats its values after the interval of 2 pi or 360 degree. So the value of sine 360 into 2 plus 45 will be equal to sine 45, and that will come in first quadrant again. Now sine 45 is equal to 1 upon root 2. So value of sine 765 will be equal to 1 by root 2. Now in 7th question we have to find out the value of cosec minus 1410 degree. Now again we know that the trigonometric functions repeat itself after the interval of 2 pi or 360 degree. So in case of the negative function, if the value of the angle is negative, we will find out the nearest multiple of 360 which is greater than the given angle, or which is greater than 1410. Now as we know, 4 into 360 will be greater than 1410. So cosec minus 1410 can be written as cosec minus 1410 plus 4 into 360, and that will give us cosec minus 1410 plus 1440. Now 4 into 360 will be equal to 1440. Now subtracting these two, we are getting the value as cosec 30 degree, and we know that value of cosec 30 degree is 2. So we can say that cosec minus 1410 will be equal to 2. In 8th question, now we have to find out the value of tan 19 pi by 3. Again, the values of tan x will repeat after the interval of 2 pi. So this tan 19 pi by 3 can be written as tan 6 pi plus pi by 3. Now this 6 pi is a multiple of 2 pi, or it can be written as 3 into 2 pi. So tan 6 pi plus pi by 3, after 6 pi angle or 3 into 2 pi, the angle will repeat its value. So tan 6 pi plus pi by 3 can be written as tan pi by 3, and that is equal to root 3. In question number 9th, we have to find the value of sine minus 11 pi by 3. Now again, multiple of 2 pi nearest and greater to 11 pi is 12 pi. So sine minus 11 pi by 3 can be written as sine minus 11 pi by 3 plus 12 pi by 3, and that will be equal to sine pi by 3. The value of sine pi by 3 is root 3 by 2. So we can say that sine minus 11 pi by 3 will be equal to under root 3 by 2. In question number 10, we have to find the value of cot minus 15 pi by 3. Now nearest multiple of 2 pi greater than 15 pi is 16 pi. So cot minus 15 pi by 4 can be written as cot minus 15 pi by 4 plus 16 pi by 4, and this will give us the value as cot pi by 4, which is equal to 1. So we can say that cot minus 15 pi by 4 will be equal to 1. Thank you.